Your job is to be a vanguard and protect your members. And some chambers that I've spoken to in the past have had some experiences where when they have created a strategic alliance with an organization, that organization hasn't held up their end of the bargain, or even worse yet, maybe been a little heavy-handed with their members, or even worse yet, maybe not met their commitments. The guy was supposed to be here at 2 o'clock and he never showed, or when he did show, I couldn't get him out the door without going forward with his concept or whatever. So I want to set aside any fears that you have in that regard. The question I often get is, how are my members going to be approached exactly? And that seems to be a real important issue, so I want to make sure and get that on the table with you here. First and foremost, the answer is, and I don't mean to be coy with this, but however you want to see them approached. You're going to have major input on that, or your executive director will have major input in that. I heard it said once that if you have 5 children and you treat all 5 of them exactly the same way, you've likely treated 4 of them incorrectly. There are nuances unique to specific communities, and we're going to take our lead definitely for what you've seen in the past is the most effective way to address your community, although we very definitely have some ideas. One example is we certainly are going to build a website and have everything approved associated with that website specifically for this program and your Chamber of Commerce. The URL or domain will be yourchambername.goodwillprogram.com. The facade will have your branding, again, approved by your executive director, maybe even a video or pictures associated with your chamber to be welcoming to your members as they land on the site. We'd appreciate the opportunity to link potentially that site to your primary site. But we're going to use technology in that regard with tutorials and the like, videos like this, to be able to help educate your members about this exciting new opportunity that's available to them. And we'll give them some insight, how to choose the most appropriate gift for your gift certificates. How much exactly is it going to cost? And it'll have breakdowns of how many birthdays are there in this particular zip code, in this particular age range with this particular gender. So the website will be substantial. In addition to that, we'd like to do things that are a little more personal. We'd hope maybe you'd allow us to sponsor a lunch and learn opportunity. I know a lot of chambers do lunch and learn programs. Oftentimes there's a minor investment for members who would like to attend, maybe to pick up the cost associated with lunch. We'd be delighted to sponsor that and make it free to your members, where we capture the maximum attendance that would be available. Plus, it's my view that if we're going to be serving your members, that we ought to go out of our way to make it comfortable for them. So it'd be a free lunch and learn kind of opportunity. There will be webinars and invitations to webinars that would be sent to your members where they can opt in and elect to sit in and listen electronically. The beauty of a webinar is if they don't like what they hear, they can click right out of it and step away and go to work on something else. On the other hand, if the timing of the webinar doesn't make sense for their schedule, those webinars will be recorded and be available to them to view at their leisure. We envision a direct mail program with your permission. The direct mail program could go a variety of different directions. As you know, we have our own printing facility and capabilities in that regard. We're in the mailing business, so we have the ability, we believe wholeheartedly in direct mail as a marketing vehicle. But one idea, just to bounce it off of you here, is what if we had a $100 registration fee and then we sent every single member a $100 bill, a $100 piece of currency that was printed with your executive director in the middle as their picture in it, and say this $100 bill can be used to have no registration fee whatsoever in the program if you elect to want to be involved, or your logo potentially could be in the center. But we would envision collaborating with your executive director on a direct mail campaign. In addition, our vision would be to extend that to non-members, which we'll talk about in another video, to reach out and attract new members into your Chamber of Commerce. I would picture a seminar. All of you have received seminar invitations to come and enjoy a free dinner and have a speaker talk to you about an interesting topic of one type or another that runs in the financial services industry, as many of you probably have seen. My vision would be that we would have a dinner for your members that they could attend. attend, a free dinner where they could hear about the new program. I'd love to attract a local celebrity. Who in your community would be a draw to bring people to hear about this new and exciting program with the Chamber of Commerce? Your local football or basketball coach? The mayor? Would he like to address business owners in your community? A owner or president of one of the larger employers in town? A pastor? Will find someone who's prominent in your community that we can promote a seminar where they can hear about this exciting new benevolence program, this magnanimous new program through the Chamber of Commerce. We will have a video email concept, which if you reach out to me, I'll send you your own personal video email and see how that can potentially work. Again, non-invasive, non-intrusive opportunities through social media. Facebook is the primary tool we use there, but Twitter's a secondary example. And then we want to use your local connections. You may have members, or you may have sway with local radio stations, local newspapers, where we can send press releases, or we can have your chamber executive or myself be interviewed on a local radio station as an example to hear about this new exciting program where we're rewarding every single resident in the community on their special occasions, as an example, their birthday. We'd like to have the opportunity to participate in your conventions, and we'd love to see your newsletter make a splash about this new exciting program. We have writers that will happily participate in the creative aspects of all of that. If you'd like, we could, at your next monthly meeting, have a little 5 or 10-minute video that explained the program created specifically for your Chamber of Commerce. I could come and speak at one of your monthly meetings to talk about the kickoff of this new exciting program to create an opportunity for your members to solve their most vexing problem. What's that problem? How do I create a steady stream of new customers walking in my door inexpensively? So there's a wide range of ways in which we can attack this. My approach would be a full frontal attack where we use multiple sources that we've talked about here to make sure that every member is extremely aware of the opportunities that are available to them, and then they get to simply decide whether they want to participate or not. Should they want to meet personally with a member of the Chamber Revenue Strategies team, we can sit down with them over a cup of coffee at their place of business if they'd like. If they'd like to meet on the computers face-to-face in a Skype type format, a one-to-one webinar type of discussion, GoToMeeting or something like that, that's an option that's available as well. So we're armed to the teeth, so to speak, with tools that will be available to reach out to your members. And then the question just becomes, what are you most comfortable with? And then how do we set a marketing strategy so that we're most effective in being able to both serve your members and create a meaningful non-dues revenue program for you?